And notice hesitating got me look. Pushing till we overflow. That's just how the story goes.
Listen, I don't want to come across that guy that just promotes consumerism. Like, yes, we review really cool stuff. I love trying something new and actually using it, to eventually come up with a proper review and just talk about it. We are a tech lifestyle channel after all. But lately, I feel like we've been just making videos about the latest and greatest and always trying to keep up with the greatest technology out there and the most expensive stuff. So I told myself, why don't I show you guys something that I rarely upgrade unless something really breaks, like my desk. Look, it took me more than 10 years to build this. In fact, I started working on setups way before I posted on Instagram. Sadly, I had to sell everything back then to be able to afford my MacBook because I was just so invested into coding. But throughout the years, I came back and I guess I've built it to look something like this. I think the oldest thing I've got here is this Dell U3417W ultra wide monitor. It's been 7 years I've had it and it's still going strong. I really don't plan on upgrading it. I actually leave it on all the time and there's no burn-ins. The panel is in great condition. The quality of the image is still great for me. I really don't need to go out there and spend nonsense money to just get the latest and greatest. The reason I mention this, guys, is because being the tech channel we are, where we literally get everything that's out there, including the sickest monitors ever, for my everyday use, I still don't feel like I need to upgrade my stuff. And that's a feeling that comes from someone that tries the latest and greatest all the time. So again, chances are you might not need to upgrade your tech. Here's one of the best examples I can give you guys, the Nintendo Switch 2. An amazing console, so good, great. But chances are if you come from a Nintendo Switch 1, you don't need the Nintendo Switch 2. And even if you don't have anything, you might want to consider the Nintendo Switch 1, which I have a lot of friends doing that because this is just extremely expensive. So the moral of the story here is you don't need the greatest and latest. Save your money. Here's where I could easily start overspending. Could I get a better pole for my dual stacked ultra-wide setup? Sure, I feel like I could benefit from a better arm, something more modern with better cable management, or maybe even upgrade my 38-inch LG monitor I've had for 4 years, because the reality is that sometimes I get screen burn-ins, but I guess they eventually just go away. So why would I ever spend money when I don't need to? The point I'm trying to make here is that my monitors work. And at the time I bought it, I wanted a monitor with a USB-C hub, just in case I will want to hook up a Mac Mini or a Mac to my setup. And to be honest, I've only done it a few times. It's in our nature to get things with the craziest options just in case you ever need it, but then you barely ever use them. Now in my case, I don't regret it because I use it for the reviews from time to time, but honestly, that's about it. If it wasn't for what I do for a living, I just probably wouldn't. I've tried to be that guy who uses a MacBook and a custom PC at the same time within his desk, but I'm just not. I would though if I was a software engineer for a living, but in my case I use laptops when I'm on the go or at home on my desk setup. It's always either or, but just not both at the same time. Other than that, there is nothing crazy about my monitors. The LG is a 5 millisecond 60Hz curved monitor with a 3840 by 1600 resolution with AMD FreeSync, so it can be great for gaming when I use it from time to time. And the reason I use the 38-inch as my main monitor is because the Dell is a 34-inch. That's it. That's a 1440p monitor, 5 millisecond with 60 Hz, and no USB-C hub. Really, it just got a bunch of HDMI ports, display ports, and a USB hub. Not USB-C, USB. And yes, this dual stacked ultra-wide monitor setup is the best setup I've had for monitors. Been using it for almost 3 years, and I'll never go back. Look, I don't know if you guys care about this stuff or not, but after a certain while, these type of monitors, they get really dusty. Like, dust really concentrates on the edges more than anything. Look, and it could be the office. I mean, I am in a building where there's a lot of dust because it's sort of industrial, but dust really does accumulate towards like the curved portion of these type of monitors. Look, I just thought I should mention it. And another thing I really like about this setup is that more or less I've always sort of enjoyed having a light bar on top. I really like this one. This one's from BenQ. I've had it forever, really. And I can literally control it with this little guy right here, so that's fun. Now, our light bar is worth it. I mean, it depends who you ask. I think for me it's worth it because I don't like working with all these lights on. I usually turn them off. I turn on that light bar and I rotate it towards the monitor just a tiny little bit, because if it's rotated towards me, it flashes my eyes, which is like super annoying. Look, throughout these past 5 years, a lot has changed, and so my desk has been through everything. Yeah, every 6 months or so, I try to do a full deep clean. Cables, drawers, gear, everything just comes out. That's the part that always takes forever because there's like dust literally everywhere. Dust that can be cleaned with a proper vacuum. Check this out, okay? This here is the Roborock F25 GT, their entry-level cordless wet and dry vacuum that's perfect for smaller areas like bathrooms and kitchens. It's compact, quick to grab, and right now it's at its lowest ever Black Friday price. It vacuums and mops at the same time, so if there's dust, crumbs, or even a spilled drink from a late night edit, it handles it all in one. And when I'm done, it literally cleans and dries its own roller, so there's like zero maintenance. Then once I've cleared the desk and got everything back in place, I let the Roborock Saros 10R take over and do the office. This is their flagship robot vacuum for 2025, and it feels like it. Believe it or not, it's the thinnest Roborock ever made. Just at 7.98 centimeters tall, it fits under the sofa, a desk, and even some leg chairs. All the spots I usually just pretend don't exist, you know? And it's not just smart, it's actually aware. The Saros 10R uses Starsight 2.0, a 3D vision system that maps the entire space so it knows exactly where to go, what to avoid, and how to glide perfectly along walls and edges. Even the brushes are anti-tangle, so it handles hair, cables, and dust without getting stuck. When it's done, it goes back to its 10-in-1 dock that literally washes, dries, and empties itself. You can even say hello Rocky and it starts cleaning even without Wi-Fi. Between both of them, the F25 GT for quick spot cleaning and the Saros 10R for full house automation, it's like having a cleaning crew that actually enjoys the job. If you're redoing your space, moving, or just want to finally see what's under your desk after all these years, check out the link down below. Roborock is running their Black Friday deals right now for both the Saros 10R and F25 GT. Trust me, setup days have never been this easy. Then my chair. I got this chair almost 4 years ago. Oh my god, I can't believe that. April 22nd, I believe. I'll never get another chair. It's that simple. Unless this breaks, I will buy a Herman Miller chair again. The Embody is a fantastic chair. I reviewed this a few years ago because they sent it to me and I just loved it ever since. For me, this has been the king of chairs. I'd say it's very much well worth the investment if you plan on getting one. It's definitely helped me with my shoulder pain, especially around my shoulder blades because of my posture, right? And then the mouse stance, I guess. My lower back sits fine in this. I'm always like super comfortable, but the sounds, it makes like these weird sounds since day one and they're still there. But overall, for something I use every single day, it's aged well. The armrests look like this. They still slide very well, like if they were brand new. The same thing with the caster wheels, they are fantastic. The seat looks really good in my opinion, and the backrest as well. The one thing I should mention is that it gets incredibly dirty in between the cushion and the backrest, so you gotta clean that often. But everything else, like the reclining and the way you tweak it to your liking, everything just works so well. Might be a worthy video to make, maybe, Embody chair after 4 years. I don't know. Let me know down below. But yeah. I know this is really expensive. I think it's like $1,300, which is ridiculous, right? But if there are 3 things in life I recommend getting and really spending money on, is a proper bed, proper pillows, and a chair. It's really, really important. Like, I mean, you can tell there's some real wear and tear right here on the top. Here, all the scratches, the dust coming out of this. I really think it's worth making a 4-year long-term review of this. If you guys want that, just leave a hashtag Herman Miller down below. Then my speakers. For those who watch my videos, how many times have I said I wanted to upgrade these to Rockets? I've never done it. Like, I've had these since day one. The Audio Engine's A5 Pluses are speakers that till this day, they sell. They sound amazing, they look so good. I've never had a single issue with them. Having them set up with these little legs I added like 2 years ago is the best way to get the full experience. I really do have a full near field setup. The tweeter being ear height makes a world of difference. They do scratch up though. I gotta admit that they kind of look bad because the matte material I find is not as like sturdy, and I do baby these as much as possible, but yeah, that's my only complaint. They say that if you are on a budget though, the A5 Pluses is like a strong choice, although not cheap, but speakers are relatively really expensive, but everything else is built in with these. Like, you don't need an audio setup interface for the most part, and these connect via Bluetooth if needed. However, if you are using mics, doing voiceovers, streaming, editing audio, and so on, and you want high quality capture plus monitoring, then yes, an audio interface would make your workflow cleaner. That's what I suggest, although I'm not sure I suggest the Scarlett Solo. So this here's my second one. This is one thing that I've been fighting with for the longest time. I changed what I had to this and I regret it. This year is the 4th gen, and I fell into the, you know, that trap. Let me have the latest and greatest. Oh my god, man, I regret it. This one sucks because of the drivers. I searched on Reddit quite a lot, and turns out that a lot of people seem to be having this random static noise appearing and not leaving.
That's the greatest thing about this situation we see.
And this is the issue with discussing any positive attribute to it. And also, you know,
it happens every so often, so I gotta like disconnect it and reconnect it, and then it disappears for a bit. But every day or a couple of days I gotta like do the same thing. Before my PC broke, because it actually broke, I actually found a driver that worked. It took me like 4 hours to find, and now I can't even remember where that was. But honestly, this sucks, and I feel like going back to what I had, I'm just too lazy to be rewiring everything. I usually rewire my desk once a year to keep things clean and make sure I don't have any useless cables going around. You know, the more I review tech, the more I tend to leave whatever I was using for the video connected to the desk, and I just never disconnect it. But anyways, I guess that's how it goes. This actually used to be pristine. Like, my cable management here was actually elite. Now it's a mess. It's a complete mess. But you know what? Since we're redoing this entire office again, we're expanding to the other side. I'm thinking maybe I'll take that opportunity to redo all of this down here and make a video on how to cable manage your desk. Because you guys know how we're making Wednesday videos now? Well, I'm thinking that could be a Wednesday video. But yeah, I mean, I clean up like every 6 months and rewire once a year. My cable management for the most part has not changed, mainly because I'm still using the same autonomous frame I've had for a while. Although the motors are kind of giving up on me. I feel like I've just put way too much weight on this. It trips me out a bit to put it up because there's like way too much on it. Well, this is awkward. That's it. That's it. It won't even go up anymore. I thought it was gonna go up like it usually does. It sort of struggles a bit and then it goes up, but it just broke. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen, we have it on video. I've had this with my Carl By countertop for 4 years now. A countertop I don't really take care of that much, and look at it, it looks amazing. It's got a few scratches, but honestly, I don't want anything else, so I'm really good with it. I've DIY'd this entire desk, really, and nothing has failed on me, except for one thing. My hue strips and the desk now. Extremely expensive, yet they can be unreliable. The issue is that the Hue makes really good products, but I feel like you either get lucky or unlucky with them. Up to now, this is the only strip that has failed on me, and I've also had a bulb fail on me, which sucks because for the price, it really hurts me having to get another strip, which is why it's been like this for almost 2 years. Actually, I don't want to spend the money. Everything else that attaches to the desk one way or another has been great. Like the Alex drawers, for example. I scratched them by accident once or twice, but never again. My Cisco switch that connects a lot of stuff here has also been fantastic. I want this for my house actually, so I will get another one. And my gantry light, a 10 out of 10. The one thing about these lights though that you need to know is that you really have to be careful because they are fragile. If you drop them, they easily scratch or they can break. Because yeah, I mean, they are made out of recycled materials, so yeah. You know what's funny is that I did forget something, and by the way, I love you, Hugh. Like, you guys have been a sponsor of the channel, you guys are great, but sometimes the products aren't as great. Like for example, my bars right there, you guys see those bars? Well, the transformer block broke, so now I can't even connect them. So I'm left without any backlighting because of it. Now listen, aside from my monitors, I think the most reliable thing right here has been my mouse and my keyboard. Check this out. Oh god, have I abused my mouse and keyboard? The worst part is that I don't plan on changing them. I did this collab with Mode a few years ago and well, this is it. This is still going strong. I absolutely love the switches in here. This here is the Mode Sonnet in green with copper accents. They still sell this exact board, by the way, if you want to get it. The internal wave is in copper wave with a hot swappable PCB, a carbon fiber plate. I think these are the Obscura keycaps with Gatoron MX switches. They're great for both typing and gaming, and they have a smooth travel with balanced sound and a slightly lighter touch. The only thing I hate is that they are not soldered. Sometimes I have switches coming out like they fly after typing on them for a while. Regardless, I think I need to clean this bad boy up if I plan on doing a few more years with it. And the same thing goes with my mouse. My god, it's actually disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm kind of ashamed to put this on video, but I wanted to show you that I actually use my stuff. This here's the Logitech G502. I got it because, like my keys, I wanted a good mouse for computing purposes and gaming. I felt like this was like an MX Master on crack, but also for gamers, mainly because it's got all the switches and buttons I need for productivity, like it's got 11 programmable switches and also an adjustable weight. But you know what's funny is that out of all these things, I honestly don't use any of it. Not even the high DPI, which is amazing on this mouse. I honestly just love it because of its ergonomics, the weight of it, the sensor is hella accurate, and the versatility it delivers. It can either be used as a work mouse or a gaming mouse. I don't know, I think I just need to really take advantage of all its programmable buttons. Some of you guys are probably gonna roast me for the mouse being this disgusting. You are allowed. The point of this video is that I'm actually showing you guys that I use my stuff and I'm not changing it often and so on. Anyways, the one thing that sucks about this mouse, not only does it get dirty quite easily, but charging, the battery life is the worst. It's actually really bad. I think it lasts like a day or two. Maybe it's because I leave it on all the time. I don't know, it's just not the best. I'm often finding myself plugging it in and just using it as it's plugged, but yeah. And I think it's been getting worse with time. Honestly, I think I give it like a day. All of this sits on this Harbour London mousepad. I actually eat on this often, I know, but I clean it with a vacuum and it still looks great. But I mean, yeah, I've had this for close to 3 years. Along with my Delta Hub wrist rest, I cannot live without. It's a game changer for me. So yeah, I mean, it's been aging quite well. I use it every day and I like it. Things that don't see much wear and tear would be, I guess, my monitor stand from GrooveMate. The wood here is intact, it's really clean, the metal divider doesn't seem scratched at all, and I use it all the time to keep everything I need easily accessible. I almost kind of can't like not have it here. I use it in so many ways, whether I'm sorting SDs, have my monitor light controller on it, my PCBs. I just wish I could put my Kingston memory card reader somewhere here, but I kind of ran out of room. This, by the way, is like the only hub reader that's actually worked for me. Like, it's hella fast, it's reliable, and it just works. That's all I wanted. It's going strong. It's been almost 4 years I've had it. I use it all the time, really, to charge my mouse, for my SD cards, dongles, anything really. Everything else, my Anker webcam, my Red Bull fridge, my Google Hub, Aperture light, I have nothing to complain about really, except that maybe sometimes the fridge makes the desk shake a bit too much, which is why I disconnect it often. And then I will say I cannot wait for the day we will see Gemini for Home roll out on all devices. As it stands, Google Assistant, I find it gets worse and worse every year as I keep adding more devices to it, and from time to time it just does whatever it wants or just randomly responds even though I didn't invoke it. I know as of October 1st, Gemini for Home will begin early access, so I'm excited for that because I'm swapping everything. You guys see this? This is technically my SimRig custom PC. When you look at how tiny this thing is. The current GPU that's actually supposed to go in here is actually currently on my PC. It's a 5080. I used to have a 5090 in here, but I had to return it to my friend that let me borrow it for the video that I made for this custom PC. You guys should watch that, by the way. But eventually, I think I'm going to take that 5080, put it in here, and maybe go back to my 3080 Ti because that GPU was perfectly fine. But yeah, I mean, listen, once I'm ready for it, this is what's going to go back in my current build. Because this 3080 Ti is perfectly fine and it is amazing. Like, why would I ever spend money on nonsense when GPUs, honestly, they're not really getting that much better? I feel like the 3080s, 3070s, 3090s, they're like perfectly fine. I don't know, it's like not worth upgrading at all in my opinion. That said, I do want to talk about this because, well, it recently had to have a makeover. This actually gets upgraded quite often, and it's because of the nature of my job. I tend to get like a lot of free parts, and then we end up making videos for them, and so they just get put in here. But most recently, my motherboard actually decided to break. So I did need to go out there and get a new motherboard. So I took advantage of that situation and I upgraded my 7950 X3D to a 9950 X3D. Did I notice some gains? Yes, definitely. But did I need them? Not necessarily. I was actually quite fine with my build until my motherboard broke. I even had my 3080 Ti in here, which was absolutely perfectly fine. But anyways, Nvidia sent a 5080 for another video, so of course I ended up using it. Aside from this, all the other components have been the same for a bit now. The case is my favorite case up to now. I actually have two of these just in case because the NZXT H6 was impossible to find back then, so I got a spare one. I need to rework on the aesthetics here because it doesn't look as good as it used to. That's because my repair needed to be done ASAP, so I needed to sort of keep working. Trying to think here, is there anything I missed? These are 32GB RAM sticks, so I have 64GB in total. The NZXT fans are fantastic. Other than that, I think the monitors, the only thing that really pisses me off is the glare, but that's when I shoot. And 90% of you guys are probably not shooting with the camera, so that doesn't matter. Govee light strip, very good. It's been super reliable, not broken yet. I like it. My canvases, we don't sell those anymore, but we used to sell them. YouTube plaque is great. That audio foam there is probably more for decorative purposes. My catch-all from GrooveMate, that thing is great. I use it a lot for my keys. What else? This little pen cup, I like it. It's been good, so no complaint. The thing is that honestly, I'm not upgrading anything in here. I'm very, very satisfied with absolutely everything. I think the only thing, if I was to upgrade something, I think it would be the Google speaker, if ever Gemini is not supported with it, which I doubt that. That's about it, guys. If you guys have enjoyed this tour after many years of me using this desk and future years to come, let me know. I hope you've enjoyed your Sunday, and I hope I got my point across with this video. You do not need to upgrade or buy the greatest and latest.